I'm too hungover for this. Good morning, metalheads of the internet, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Metal Meltdown. Today we are talking about a brand new studio album from Danish blackened heavy metal band Slaegt. Slaegt? It's definitely not that one. I don't know how to pronounce this band's name. I'll just be brutally honest with y'all. Why? Because I'm not fucking Danish. That's why. Alright, tell me how to pronounce this, internet.
Slaegt.
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 Slaegt. Slaegt.
Slaegt.
Slaegt. I'm gonna go with Slaegt, I guess. I don't fucking know. That's from howtopronounce.com. I'm gonna take their word for it because their job is literally pronouncing stuff. If I got it wrong, I am sorry to the Danish-speaking Metal Meltdown audience. I'm sorry. Feel free to correct me. I'm gonna go with Slaegt for now. This is Slaegt. This is their fourth studio album. It is called Goddess and is their first. It is their first studio album with Century Media Records. Jesus fucking Christ. These guys have been kicking around for close to a decade now, but I've never spent a ton of time with them. I am familiar with some records that they dropped in 2017 and 2018, pretty much back to back, but not to the point where I'm gonna go buy them on vinyl, not to the point where I'm like, wow, I remember all of these great songs, because I don't. I remember that I heard them, but I don't remember anything about these records. I think one of them was called The Wheel. I think. Not off to a great start, gotta say. That's partially my fault, not Slaegt's though, because I'm an idiot and I'm drunk. And well, not drunk, I'm hungover, so same difference. Anyways, the major point to this being is that I don't know a lot about this band, and what I do know, I don't care for. So I didn't have, like, crazy high expectations going into this new studio album, Goddess, even despite the seal of approval from Century Media. Though in a weird way, this might have all been for the best because it made me all the more pleasantly surprised upon realizing that Goddess isn't just a good record, it's quite possibly the most ambitious thing that Slaegt have released and have composed to date. Their particular take on blackened heavy metal has never been weirder, it's never been more psychedelic and obtuse, it's never been catchier, it's never been more rambunctious and exciting and sexy. I'm reminded a lot of what Tribulation has been doing these past couple of years, but with the added spices and debauchery of blackened speed and heavy metal bands like Midnight and Bewitcher, all endowed with a kind of progressive psychedelic rock and metal flamboyancy. Lots of intricate, unpredictable arrangements. You've got opening track Deceived by an Amethyst, for instance, which just bleeds pure black metal mysticism. It sounds like a seance, a ritual being conducted by a coven of vampires. It's very dark and shadowy and mysterious. The Tribulation vibes are very strong with this one. It very proudly wears a veil of supernatural mist and fog. And it's all complemented very nicely by some classic hard rock, heavy metal guitar licks and pyrotechnics. I mean, every single riff, every single note that dares to emanate from a guitar on this track is just fucking magical. It sounds fantastic. I love this track. One of the best openings to an album I think I've heard all year, in all honesty. The following track, Kiss from a Knife, is where things start to get a little weirder, a little bit more chaotic. There's a maelstrom of frenzied and frantic kind of blackened thrash guitar leads and percussive beatdowns in the very beginning that will leave your head fucking spinning. It's definitely zanier and more over-the-top in comparison to Deceived by an Amethyst. There's a lot more guitar wizardry going on. It's a little bit all over the place. The percussion in general is very animalistic, very savage. You know, snare drums and cymbals and bass constantly beating down your brain like a fucking tenderizer against a piece of meat. At a certain point, I almost have to assume that Slaegt's intention is to make schnitzel out of my brain, and they want that shit paper fucking thin, and that's why they just keep hammering away. Like, they are going fucking ape shit on my fucking skull. And, you know, good for them. Mission accomplished. Serve my fucking brain chicken schnitzel up with a fine mushroom gravy and roasted potatoes. This shit is fucking fantastic. It's delicious. It might be one of my favorite cuts on the record, if we're being honest. And from here, I guess the record assumes that you're very comfortable with everything that you've heard so far, everything that I've described to you so far. And I hope that's very much the case, because from here, the tracks get longer, they get nastier, they get dirtier, they get weirder. Hunt Again, for instance, is a brooding, carnivorous beast. It's like a mountain lion waiting for the right moment to strike you when you're not looking. And then there's Fealty Thunderwhip, which has some more ominous kind of atmospheric soundscapes, some more psychedelic tendencies, some weirder, more technical, more complicated arrangements and guitar playing. All leading up to the incredibly impressive 11-minute closing number and title track, Goddess, which is essentially a smorgasbord of everything we've heard across the record, with just a little bit more of an epic 80s heavy metal flair. I mean, across this track, there are guitar leads, twin guitar harmonies that do literally soar, like an eagle through the sky. Like, you could very easily take any of the guitar hooks and licks and melodies and harmonies across this track, insert them at random into any number of classic hits from Iron Maiden or Judas Priest, and I honestly would not question it for a single solitary second. I'm honestly kind of running out of things to say, not just because of my aforementioned hangover, but also because, like, I just did not really expect this from Slaegt. Like, I did not expect them to put out an album of this caliber. I did not expect them to make something this well written and produced and performed. I didn't expect them to make something this ambitious, this versatile, this dynamic. It's just an awesome fucking record. Honestly, I kind of love this thing, and I kind of want to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I do. 4.5 out of 5. It's an incredible fucking record. Every single second of this record does it for me, man. It just kicks bona fide fucking ass. I mean, it's got that classic heavy metal feel. It's got, you know, the evil, the darkness, the atmosphere of black metal, first wave and second wave. It's raucous, it's dirty, it's kind of sleazy, it's genuinely really catchy. You know, it's also really weird, but not, like, too weird. It's unpredictable, it's wild, it's just an incredible fucking record. Easily their best album yet, and their most ambitious album yet. Don't even bother trying to fucking debate me on this. I don't want to hear it. You aren't gonna win that argument. I love it. How many more times do I need to say it? This is an incredible record. I'm running out of things to say. 4.5 out of 5. Go check it out when it comes out this Friday. Just do it. You got nothing better to do. If you did, you wouldn't be here. If you did, you would not be listening to me talk about this record. So, there you go. And that is it for the Metal Meltdown. I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be. So what do you think? Do you like this record? Do you not like this record? And what do you want to hear from me next? And thank you for watching. Make sure you press subscribe right here so you get updates on the Metal Meltdown e-fucking immediately. And as always, you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.